Yeah, all right, we've already eaten wings.
We talk about them. What were we talking about?
GMP projects.
GMP project.
Yeah, I was going to ask Jeff Spencer, what can a subcontractor do? Kind of safeguard themselves from being abused by a general contractor.
My advice would be like if you're a subcontractor that has never been involved in a GMP project, do your homework. Go into the project knowing, because you're going to go into a budget stage, you may budget 2 or 3 times before you go into a hard contract. And with a guaranteed maximum price project, you're going to be locked in. So there's no chance of you getting any kind of change order that could have been missed on the drawings by an engineer or an architect. So at that point, unless the scope of work changes or something unforeseen happens, whatever price you have given, you're stuck with that. Your GC is not going to help you out because they've given the owner a guaranteed maximum price. They're going to make sure they stick to it, and they're going to try their damnedest to give that owner a rebate at the end. And that's how a lot of contractors, GCs, get their project, is because they got 3 or 4 major GCs bidding on this project. They give them the GMP. Well, they all may be within 1% of each other. At that point, the owner's going to look at who's willing to give back the most money. So, like, say you're contractor A, you've offered to give back 75% of any savings you may have on this project. Contractor B is like, I'm going to give back 60%. Contractor C is like, I'm going to give back 30%. Well, if you're all within, just say a couple $100,000 of each other on a multi-million project, then they're going to go with the ones going to give the most savings. So he may be the high bidder, but he's going to give the most back at the end. So that's what they're going to look at. But there again, it's like, if you're working with that particular GC that's awarded the project, then whenever it comes time and you have something you come across that you do not see in the plans or scope of work, something you may have missed or something the architect or engineer may have missed, unless it's an actual change to the scope you bid on, you're just SOL. You're going to have to eat that cost.
But now, if the general contractor is driving you hard, and I mean, they should, right? But not so hard that it could damage the business relationship between the GC and the subcontractor. But I would say sometimes that does happen, right?
Oh, yeah, because they're locked in at a price.
Yeah.
And so they're going to stick to that price. Yeah, you may do projects with them in the past or have done projects with them in the past, but they're like, I've got to make sure I make this owner, whoever that owner may be, it may be a city or type of project, it may be a county type of project, it may be an actual owner that owns this piece of property downtown and we're building a skyscraper on it. But they have given him a maximum budget. We guarantee you it's not going to go above this. So that's what he's expecting. He's got the drawings there. This is what he has seen in his mind, his eyes, as his finished product, and he knows he can get it done for this amount of money. Now, if the owner comes back and says, well, the third floor in this, I want it to be X amount or I want it to change this, change that. At that point, you can get a change order because he's willing to pay to make those changes. Or say you're a grading contractor, he's like, well, I want to change the grade. Maybe I want 3 levels of underground parking instead of 2 levels. At that point, you're a grading contractor, well, you're going to get a change order because he has changed your scope of work. So unless you have a change in scope of work, you're not going to get any more money. Because the more money they give you in change orders, the less money they can give back to the owner.
But is there anything you can do as a subcontractor to protect yourself from that situation? Something in the clause, like, because you'll have the general contractor's bid for the job, but then they have their subbed out bids to the subcontractor.
Well, the only thing you can do, I don't know if it's really a way to actually protect yourself, but always qualify your bids. Make sure you qualify a GMP bid down to the final, cross every T and dot every I. And what I mean by that is, like, every time that you budget this project, or every time you give a hard bid on this project, relate to the drawings you're bidding off of, the page numbers you're bidding off of, and the dates of the plans. You know, and if you miss something other than what's on those drawings, then it's on you. But if something alters to what plans that you have bid on and the dates of those plans and the pages of those plans, then you might have a chance of getting a change order.